Why does the black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Number 4, continental Africans don't like us. Whenever I hear this, this one is particularly annoying to me because it's like if I tell somebody 2 plus 2 is 4, and that person says, well, you know, I don't think you should tell people that 2 plus 2 is 4 because people don't really like that when you say that. What the hell do I care? What is 2 plus 2? 2 plus 2 is 4. If people want to think it's 5, that's their problem. They're delusional. And why am I appeasing or trying to pander to people that's delusional? Continental Africans don't like us. First of all, that statement isn't 100% true because I have plenty of continental Africans that I deal with, and they like me. I like them. They consider me brothers. See, I don't judge continental Africans by a lot of the continental Africans that's here in this country because they're basically hypocrites. A lot of them. The immigrants coming into this country are hypocrites because what you really came into this country for is the infrastructure, as College pointed out plenty of times. That's what you came here for. And I meant to say that when we were talking about number 10, about the continental Africans coming to the States. They're not coming to the States because there's less chaos and better opportunities. They're coming to the States for running water, electricity, and gas. So this whole thing about them not liking us, first of all, that's irrelevant. Don't really care whether a continental African doesn't like me or not. There's plenty that do. There's going to be some that don't. But ultimately, that's not what my concern is. I'm African. That's what I am. And that's not up for debate. Continental Africans do not control the market on Africanism. They don't. Africanism is expressed here in America. Africanism is expressed all over the diaspora. We don't need to have no signature of approval from continental Africans. And I'm saying that without any malice or without any ill intent. I'm just stating it what it is. Our culture is valid. Our culture is African culture. Just because we lived in America for 400 years does not mean that we stopped being African. So raising that point about continental Africans don't like us, especially within the context of a nation state on the land, listen, we were ripped from our homeland, ripped from our motherland, and put into a foreign land for close to 500 years, 400 to 500 years. Africa is our birthright. If the damn Chinese can come over to Africa, if the European and all of these other European nations can come over to Africa and carve out their piece of existence in Africa, how the hell is a continental African going to say that an African American doesn't have a place on the motherland? F you. Number 3, racism and white supremacy is a global system. So no matter where you go or what you build, the white man will destroy it. Let me ask you a question. What is the difference between that statement and the mindset that it takes to make it and this?
Look, boy, I'm tired of hearing about how you got knocked out and how you did this and that. And y'all, let's get some straight. You still my bitch, boy. You'll always be that. On Mars, on Pluto, on the earth, heaven, hell, you still my bitch. And I better not kiss your ass standing on no toilet peeing either.
What's the difference? What's the difference? You are basically saying that you are a bitch. You're saying that the white man is so powerful. The white man is Thanos, Galactus, Darkseid, all of them into one. There's nothing that you can do. There's nowhere on the planet Earth that you can go As a matter of fact, a lot of y'all believe that if you went to Mars, the white man, racism and white supremacy would affect you there. So you're basically saying that you're a bitch. See, this is the thing that I had a conversation with somebody about this, about the difference between the Palestinians and the Iraqis and all the people in those war-torn areas and black folks here in America. The difference is our backs aren't against the wall like those people. We can very well have the same type mentality when it comes to how they deal with reality if we were in the same position. See, we can always go to a bar, we can go to a restaurant, we can muse at a cafe with our legs crossed, sipping on some latte about, oh, man, this white supremacist system, and it's so bad for us here in America. Listen, America is like the Taj Mahal compared to Iraq, compared to certain places in the Middle East and in certain parts of Africa. We have so many disadvantages living here because it's a first world system that we're living in. So don't compare your poor to the poor of Iraq and India. Because if we were in a situation where our backs were to the wall, where if let's say we decide to establish a nation state on the land peacefully, not being confrontational, no negative rhetoric and violent rhetoric toward the United States or anybody else, just a place where we can go and have our own and be a nation amongst our people. Let's say that the United States decided they're going to drone attack us. We will be just like these radical Islamic Muslims overnight. Because what they basically would be telling us is there's no place on earth that you can go where I will allow you to be in peace. And our response would then be, well, then guess what? There's not a place on this earth where you will be at peace. I'm going to make sure that we're going to send as much drama to you as you send into us. It's so easy. We're like on a thread of civility based on our situation. Let those little conveniences be taken away, and you think these other groups are bad. We'll put them to shame. So this whole thing about the white man is going to do, listen, it's very possible. There might be somebody in your neighborhood that says, yo, if you come outside, I'm going to F you up and I'm going to take your wallet and take your money. What you going to do? You going to stay in your house forever? You going to stay in your apartment forever? At some point, it doesn't matter what everybody else wants to do or what they think they're going to do. What matters is what you want. And if you don't feel that you have a right to be a human being and a right to have power and a right to live in peace amongst your own people, then guess what? Guess what?
Yeah, I'm gonna bust you. My stuff. Bust you. I'm gonna bust you. I got to You my stuff. You my stuff.
Yeah, you somebody's stuff.